Hey all, Hipper here, and welcome to the last in my 5 videos here on Colbert for what I call the Colbert week. And this battle here, there's not really nothing special about it. It's just like not an average battle, but a pretty good battle. So don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe if you enjoy the video, guys. So one thing I do like about Colbert, I mean, there's a few things I don't like about this ship. It's not my favorite ship. Many people think it is, and it's like, yeah, it's a nice agile cruiser, but I mean, Wichita is much better. But anyway, one thing that's nice to do in Colbert is to, just go nose in for as long as you can until you get spotted, or until you think that you might get spotted very, very soon. And that's when, you turn and you take on like the position where you can do damage. But even if I'm spotted here, I'm not turning yet, because I want to get in as far as I possibly can, and I want to see what I'm up against, because no one else is doing any spotting over here. And it turns out 2 battleships, and I'm assuming there's at least one other ship in there, but I don't know what it is yet. And 2 battleships is not too bad, so I'm using this timer when they're reloading to turn my ship, because I cannot take on 2 battleships. 1 battleship and the destroyer, yeah, I can do that, but 2 battleships, and I have to get in very close to them. It's not really gonna work. But I'm not turning around immediately and then starting kiting. I mean, I am practically in the cap here. It's too well defended, at least from this angle here. So we're going to head over to the right side instead, where it looks like this other battleship is heading that way, because that means we can probably get some very nice fires going on him when he comes around the corner here. And at the same time, we're going to keep the battleships out of the cap, because we don't want them in there. That's not a place for battleships, and if they go in there, they're going to be set on fire. So like I said in my first video here in the Colbert week, Colbert is a lot more fun to play now when, it's a ship that's available to everybody, and in most battles there is at least one other Colbert, and actually in this battle there is another Colbert. So it just means that you don't get as focused as at least I did back when I had this ship on a loaner for like 2 weeks while it was just available in the bureau, but no one was able to research it. Like at least not finish the research. So when I took my Colbert out, I would be the only Colbert out, and everybody would shoot at me. And it is an agile cruiser, yes, but like 9 ships shooting at you, and shooting at you on purpose, I almost say. With, for example, there's like a broadside 2% health cruiser between yourself and a battleship, and the battleship still fires at you while you are, kiting away. Well, then something isn't really as it should be, really, and that happened a lot, and it just got old pretty quickly, and I just didn't play the ship until it was actually available to the rest of the world, which it is now. And I will say that was a good choice, because I was getting really tired of it, to be honest, and it's certainly a lot better now. It's actually completely changed, and that's a good thing, because I like this ship. It's fun to play. It's not as useful when it comes to utility like some of the other cruisers. I mean, it's pretty much, I believe it's the only legendary cruiser that doesn't have a radar, and I still find that weird. But I guess maybe this ship would be too overpowered then, because it would be pretty easy to dispose of DDs then. But on the other hand, I think it's a little bit too hard to dispose of DDs as it is now, because even like without torpedoes, it's just so hard to, just like you saw in the beginning here, move into a cap right from the beginning, unless you know exactly what you're facing in the cap. And you will only know that when you play in a division and you have a destroyer spotting for you, or you are lucky and you're playing on a team with a good destroyer. But let's be honest here, that never really happens. So you're gonna have to kind of trust yourself and spot for yourself, and that means getting close. And without torpedoes and radar, it's just, at least it's not as much fun as it is in Minotaur or Wichita or something along those lines. And yeah, it's an efficient, stay at 12, 11 kilometers and set battleships on fire. But it gets a little bit old in the tooth, really. My main criticism with this ship is that it doesn't have any alpha damage. because it's all about damage over time. And only really if you get light-skinned cruisers broadside, you can citadel them, and yeah, then it bites, but that happens exceedingly rare in this ship here. And I am missing, the fun I have when I play Minotaur, for example, where, you can set up elaborate traps because you have so many tools at your disposal. You have torpedoes, you have radar, you have sonar, and, if you play with smoke, you have smoke. In Colbert, you're pretty limited to what you can actually do, and that's a shame, unfortunately. But when Colbert gets to, stretch its legs and do what it's good at, then it's fun. But I would just wish there were a few more dimensions to this ship. And as you might remember, to actually get the Colbert, well, you can't do it anymore, but that's part of the story here. To actually get the Colbert, you needed to pay 3,000 steel to actually, get the right to research the ship. And all that did was just unlock the Bureau project. It didn't give you the ship at all. You still have to do the whole research thing and boost with doubloons if you do that and stuff like that. So I've done that now, and the ship is mine finally. And well, I think fair to say that it's an above average ship, but I think it has a reputation that is a little bit more fearsome than the ship really is, because all this ship is really good at is burning battleships. Like any battle where a victory was important for some reason, I would always pick Minotaur over this ship here all the time. Because you just have a lot more utility in Minotaur. You can just do more, you can help your team more, I think. And yeah, it's also a lot more fun to play, really. When I say Minotaur, I mean an agile radar Minotaur. I don't mean a smoke Minotaur. Just, keep that in mind. So there's a lot of ships defending this B cap here, as you can see. So, and then apparently we didn't kill the destroyer over at A, because he's back. And if I may come a little criticism here, then I'm not too happy with the destroyer performance over here at A, because that Sumner just went off to the edge of the map and didn't do anything really over on this cap until now, and we are halfway into the battle now. So that's also why I'm not too eager to actually start helping out over there, because I cannot trust that guy at all. I don't know what he's doing, and I don't know what his plan is. So I am checking if I can actually get a shot in at that Shima there that somehow managed to torp him. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it gives me the option to actually grab this cap here, because well, I think we're gonna need all the points we can possibly get, because I just realized that the Colbert facing me is a really good player, and I need to be a little bit more careful than I have been in this battle here. So we need to play safe, and playing safe means grabbing all the caps that you can when the opportunity presents itself, because someone will have to push into the B cap to actually take that cap, and that's probably not going to be a lot of fun for whoever gets to do that, because there are two battleships in there. They're in a pretty good position. I just need to grab this cap so I can get over there and sniff out that destroyer, because there is a destroyer somewhere, but as you can see, if you look at the map, don't know what he was doing in the beginning of the battle, but he was sitting, and I know this from the player on the opposite team told me after, that this destroyer was just sitting there for 8 minutes, nose in to the island, and I'm pretty sure that cost his team the victory here, because it would have been nice to have him out there spotting, I'm assuming, but that wasn't to be, and as we all know, that happens in these random battles here. Sometimes you get excellent players, and sometimes you get, well, less excellent players. And yeah, I dare say that, yeah. Anyway, we'll probably just leave it unsaid, shall we? So my battleship's actually in a pretty good position. I mean, it's hard to actually break into this B cap here, because there's two battleships in there, and there's two quote unquote in reserve behind the island. I don't know if that's on purpose or whatever, but at least they're not broadside onto the enemy team, just getting hammered. And I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, always look on the bright side, right? So again, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'll see if I can get into this cap here. But then there's a battleship that snuck up on me out on the flank here, thinking that he would have an easy death strike. But I mean, I have 2-second rudder on my Colbert, so by the time his shells leave the guns, I have ample time to adjust my direction, my heading, and everything to avoid getting hit, especially when he's firing from 15 kilometers out. That's not going to do anything. On the contrary, it just, you know, spots him for me, meaning that I can farm him, and I'm going to do that. So B-Cap will have to wait. I'm going to get me some damage here. So yeah, let this be a lesson. If you shoot at a Colbert, especially an agile Colbert, like you better hit and you better death strike that ship so it has to retreat. Because if you don't, then you are in a world of pain like this Kurfürst here is. Especially when you are a lone ship in the middle of the ocean making a move like that. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's an old saying that goes like, if you take a shot at the king, you better make sure you don't miss. In this case here, the Kurfürst missed, and I just farm him completely in like a minute or something, from what, 80% health to nothing. And yeah, lesson learned there, I hope. So we have this very annoying Colbert here left. Just so annoying, people who play Colbert. No, I mean, this is only Flames, and he's a really good player, and that's also why he's in a really good position. I can't really hit him, and that's been like that the whole game. Like, sometimes he gets a shot in at me, sometimes I get a shot or two in at him, but that's about it. I haven't really had any opportunities to go at each other yet. So here I'm kind of thinking, oh, it looks like he's actually going to make a move. Let's see if we can get a little bit of AP in here. But again, I get spotted, so obviously Flames knows exactly what I'm up to, and he reevaluates and he makes the right choice, unfortunately, for me. But again, it means that still no cap for the red team, and if they don't get a cap soon, we are going to win on points, and there's really nothing they can do about it. So we just hit 200k damage there, courtesy of Flames, and just gonna keep him out of the cap. Because there's still 2 battleships left, and they're not in the best position now. But we're gonna see if we can't make just the best out of it here. And then the Colbert goes unspotted, so I got nothing to shoot at, and there's torps incoming. So that means that this mystery destroyer has actually managed to join the fight here with 2 minutes left, and I'm sure the red team are very happy to have him in the fight. And again, an Izumo shooting at an agile Colbert at 14 kilometers. Probably not the best use of that salvo, but anyway, who am I to judge? So we're gonna give him some AG back. And it's just a shame that this guy here went behind the island here and got unspotted, otherwise I could have farmed him just like the other battleship. I do get a fire though, but I mean, nothing spectacular, and it seems like he puts it out almost immediately. So that's what I mean. It would have been nice to have him spotted again, so I can, you know, triple fire him and get that last 50,000 hit points out of him that he's hiding from me, but it's not gonna happen. So there's a Colbert salvo because it got blue tracers, but we're ready for that. So we're just gonna sit here and let, you know, the time run out, and then hope we get unspotted. So now I'm unspotted, so that means, okay, I know where the destroyer is now. So I'm going to head that way and see if I can remove him from the battle, because there's really nothing else to do. That Colbert is not going to be able to do anything. Even if he gets in and takes the B-cap, it's not going to make any difference. So it is going to make a difference if he sinks both my battleships. So that's why I'm going to say, okay, let's go and see if we can deal with this destroyer here quite quickly. So just as I said that, one Montana goes down, and unfortunately we are also going to lose the other battleship here in a matter of seconds. And of course that changes my, you know, approach, because I was going to come around this corner here and battle this destroyer here to the death. But since I'm the last ship left and everything depends on me now, I cannot be sunk. So I'm gonna have to do the boring thing, which is just make sure I can't get hit by anyone, which is boring, I know. I would like to have gone, you know, toe-to-toe with this destroyer as well, but sometimes you have to, you know, do what's boring. And I shoot, but the game ends before I actually get to kill him. So that was the final Colbert video in this week's Colbert week, I guess. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.